few of us and nice. Okay, I was going to ask if we can record this because I know a lot of people have asked prior to tonight if we would record it and make it. And one or two quick caveats. I have a couple excitable dogs, very loud, and one of them just barked. So apologize if you heard that. And we also know this is a school night, and so we want to make sure that we respect your time and a weeknight and all that. So we'll get through this as quickly as we can. Everybody will have a chance to introduce themselves. We want to make sure you feel comfortable and you know us and all that before we get into the nitty gritty of this and the details of the program. Many people, I don't see the number of people who are on right now, but I do know that about 40 to 50, 60 RSVP'd. And so we might have that turnout. We might not. Why we're saying that is because we when we hold these sorts of events, we can get a number of questions, and we'll do our best. If you could hold your questions to the end, we'll do our very best to get all of them. But you cannot, don't. That's no hard and fast rule. Feel free to ask when something comes up if we're not clear about anything. And then we also realize that some people who are joining us here have already signed up for camp, and then others have not yet. So this is for everybody, but please know that we will have another two more at least online meetings. One for the families who have signed up just before we leave for Hawaii or just before camp starts. That'll take place in July. And also another one of these meetings where it's just kind of an informative get together where we can answer your questions and you can get to know us and how the program works and all that. So that's, I'm going to press a button. I hope I don't go anywhere. Yeah. All right. So I'm Eric, you see Noah, Josh, Morgan, and Chris. And we're lucky because only until about a year, give or take, it was Morgan. I always, anyway, Morgan Silverman, Chris Morgan, and I always call her Morgan Snyder, and she's always going to be a newlywed to me. And everybody say congratulations to Morgan because she just got married about a year ago. All right. But we have two Morgans, one last name, one first. Now, as far as all of us go, we're all we'll get to like who the staff is and all that, but we are the camp directors, the five of us, and the counselors. We probably have 12, 15 counselors. They're all amazingly qualified. We'll get into that. But for now, I'm going to be quiet and just say, I'm Eric. I'm one of the directors, and we're all going to say hello as soon as I mute mine. But my screen is really, well, I'm just not going to talk.
All right, I'll jump in there then. Hi everyone, my name's Noah. I am one of the camp directors here at Aloha Beach Camp Hawaii. I am Eric's son. As you guys can see, we all do have the same last name, Josh, me, and Eric.
Yep.
So that's no accident. This is a family business, so I've really been doing this my entire life. We operate a day camp in Malibu during the summer, and then as well as the Sleepaway camp in Hawaii. I love the day camp so much, but I love the Sleepaway camp that much more. It really is so amazing. The relationship is the campers make throughout the summer, just in 2 weeks, it's like they've known each other their whole lives. So I'm so excited to get going again. Really is my favorite time of the year. So thank you all so much for joining us.
All right, I will introduce myself. My name is Josh. Like Noah just said, this is a family business. If you can see, the last names all are the same. Another thing is if you think you're seeing double, you are. Noah and I are identical twin brothers. So we do run as like co-director kind of deal for this Aloha Beach Camp Hawaii program. I think this is going to be my fifth summer now, I want to say, in Hawaii. But again, like he was saying, we both do the day camp in Malibu as well, and like it just doesn't even rival this program. I look forward to this all summer. So I'm really excited that you guys are joining us tonight to learn about the program, and I hope that some of you might join us this summer.
All right, I'll go ahead. I'm next. I'm Morgan. This will be my third year at Aloha Hawaii. I've known the Naphthalins for a long time. So way back in like middle and high school, I worked at the Malibu location as well. And my normal day-to-day job, I'm an elementary school teacher. So gotta love the kids.
Aloha, guys. I'm Chris. This is gonna be my third year in Hawaii. I used to work at the beach camp as well. Started in 2022, and I've known the family my whole life. But it's going to be a great summer. Very excited.
Mhm. All right. Thank you, everyone. Eric, would you like me to go to the next slide so we can jump into this?
Sure. Okay, so as we kind of touched on, we have the day camp in Malibu, and that runs 10 weeks. And all of us, Chris, Morgan, Josh, Noah, me, I have worked at the day camp, and this runs over the whole summer. The day camp does in Malibu. And years and years and years ago, people would say, "Is this camp in Hawaii because it's called Aloha Beach Camp?" No, but it's in Malibu, and all, but it would be cool if it was in Hawaii. So we were able to, by a stroke of good fortune, find a nice property in Hawaii that is like a a typical or traditional sleepaway camp like you would go if you went back east to, like, which are known as, those are like the real camps with the ropes course and the swimming pool and the dining hall and climbing structures, things like that, big grass field to play on. We have that, well, cabins where kids sleep. We have that uh, on Oahu, on the north shore of Oahu, for 2 weeks at the end of the summer. So the day camp continues to run the whole 10 weeks of the summer, and the sleepaway camp overlaps the day camp. They run concurrently. Uh, the sleepaway camp runs for 2 weeks at the end of the summer. The reason why it only goes for 2 weeks is because this facility that we use, in Hawaii, they run their own camp all summer long up until when we arrive. The kids in Hawaii go back to school like August 1st, and then this campsite becomes vacant August 1st forward. So we're able, this says July 27th, but that's the date that we're able to uh, take use of it. So we typically serve kids 7 to 17. There are many 7-year-olds, there are many 17-year-olds, and there's all kinds of campers in between. I think Morgan and Chris will talk about how they're grouped in a little while, like all that. It's right on the beach. There's like 5, 6, 7 cabins. I don't know, right on the beach. We're talking like 5 feet from the ocean, and the kids have access to a private bay to swim in and that kind of thing. You can come 1 week or 2 weeks. You can come week 1, week 2, or weeks 1 and 2. There's no rhyme or reason to whether most campers come 1 week or the other. The kids who come 2 weeks, it's nice because there are some activities that duplicate, but there's a lot of new things that on both of them, and those are campers kind of are able to make the most out of the program when they come 2 weeks, and plus you get a free night or two in between. We don't charge for that. A lot of time people are concerned about how the safety program works and all that, and we can talk about all that, but aquatic experience is needed. We'll teach the campers everything they need to do. It's accredited by the American Camp Association. And then I thought there was a dates and rates slide in here. It must be later. There is, yeah. So this is in the wrong place, but we'll talk about that. But that's kind of what you need to know. The girl here surfing is just one of many, many activities that we offer. We try to keep this, I'm going to wrap up in here in 1 second, but we try to keep this program like kind of divided into 3 separate categories, I don't know, like tracks. So like a third of the time the kids are like doing water sports activities. We teach them how to surf. Another third of the time the kids are like at camp on the property doing the zip line and the ropes course and the swimming pool and playing organized team sports and games and that kind of thing. Campfire at night, movie night, all kinds of things. So they're doing water sports, they're doing stuff at camp. And then a third of the last third is we want them to experience it may be this is the first time they are ever going to get to Hawaii or never have a chance to do it again. And so we want to make sure that they feel like they're getting an experience by going to Hawaii, like not necessarily a field trip. It is camp in Hawaii or a vacation, but they are in Hawaii. So we try to make it as much of a vacation feel as we do as a camp. They get to experience, Waikiki Beach and see all of the waterfalls and take hikes and things like that at world famous places like Diamond Head, Volcano, and that kind of thing. Go to the Dole Plantation, learn about pineapple, growing and cutting, and they get to go shopping at the gift shop and that kind of thing. So that's what the program's like. All right.
All
Is it
right,
still me?
cool. I got
Oh,
this. So Eric just did a lovely job explaining a little bit about the program, and he mentioned our campsite. So we do stay at a camp called our property is called Camp Mokulea. This is just kind of so you guys can have a visual of what it would look like. This is the one on the left is our whole property, and on the right, in the back, you can see it's a little blurry, but you can see some of our cabins. So like we were saying, he didn't, exaggerate. They really are beachfront cabins, and it's really nice because we get to do so much of our programming on property. That's one of the three components he was talking about, the one where we're doing all the programming at Camp Mokulea. So we don't have to go anywhere. It's all right in front of us. Like all that beach we have right there, the water in front of the cabins, we can do like our kayaking, our snorkeling, our stand-up paddleboarding, all that good stuff. We get to do that all at Camp Mokulea, as well as like a high ropes course, low ropes course, zip line programming. So it's really great. And I think we'll talk a little bit more about the cabins later. So I'll do a little bit more talking about the camp activities. Eric did name off some of the best ones, like the Dole Plantation and that kind of thing. So our first component, we do have like prearranged and elective activities at camp. Like I mentioned, we have the kayaking, the more traditional like sleepaway camp programming activities, like your high ropes course. You can make s'mores at our campfire, that kind of thing. And then we do have like field trip activities where we get to go surf at world famous Waikiki Beach. You get to go cliff jumping at Waimea Bay. We'll go to the Dole Plantation. We'll do banana boating. And you'll get to like explore all of Oahu and everything that it has to offer, which is really cool. But we have so many amazing activities. And if your campers can join us this summer, they're going to be doing maybe some things that they've done at other sleepaway camps, but they'll definitely do something for the first time at this program, and it's going to be incredible.
Perfect. Yeah. So this is just kind of a daily itinerary. Every single day at camp is so jam-packed. Um, like we really do go, go, go. So this is just a sample activity. Obviously, this is not guaranteed to be what we're doing, but we definitely have done this in the past. I'm going to move this if I can. Yeah, perfect. So in the morning, we'll wake up. We always eat in our dining hall together. Our dining hall is on site. We'll talk about food shortly here in a minute, but we always eat breakfast together. Our dining hall is amazing, really one of the highlights of camp. After that, we'll head over to the climbing wall, the high ropes course, the zip line, and then maybe do banana boat rides later in the afternoon. So Eric and Josh mentioned how we do field trips as one of the components of the camp program. So once we finish up our high ropes and our zip line, we'll get in our camp vans and drive over and do banana boating, which is such a big hit every single year. In the afternoon, we'll have lunch, again, usually in our dining hall. Sometimes we do take a meal on the road, but a lot of the time we will be in the dining hall. Then we'll surf, go boogie board, and then sightsee, whether that be the Dole Plantation, Waimea Bay, something like that. There really is no shortage of fun. We're doing a lot every single day. And then the evening, dinner, most likely again in the dining hall, crab catching, swimming with sea turtles, campfire skits, s'mores. Every day, it really is so jam-packed. And then by the time we're all ready to go to sleep, we fall asleep very, very quickly because, like I said, these days are jam-packed. And that will lead us into our cabins. Actually, no, it won't. I'm sorry. I misspoke. We'll do councils and staff and then talk about the cabins. Eric, I think you can take this one.
Yeah. We don't really the counselors that work at the day camp, they all, maybe one or two of them might be able to come to the Hawaii program. That used to be kind of the carrot that those who really stood out to us as the best of the best counselors at our day camp kind of got that reward to go to be counselors in Hawaii. But we ended up saying, why are we taking these people away from the day camp? If they're so good, so that bothered them that they don't get to go to Hawaii anymore. But instead, we have like this core group of staff now, which is much better for us in Hawaii and for your kids, which is the five of us and like Morgan being a teacher, she's introduced us to other school teachers that she works with that are counselors with us too, or leaders. And I think I said we have like 12 or 15, but the other ones are also who join us each year are also former Aloha Beach Camp staff at the Malibu location. One's name is Danielle Miller, and another one's name is Talia. And these people were camp directors at the day camp, and they have moved on to real life jobs, but their summers, at least 2 weeks of them, are free. And these are the people that come. Now, when this was written, when it says that counselors are at least 19, I mean, I'm 20. I'm not 19 anymore. I'm 20 or 21. And then Josh and Noah are little older than 19. Morgan just turned 19, so that's true. Chris, I think, is 19. So most of it. Oh, my wife said they might not recognize the sarcasm, so sorry, but I am 20. So. And but we're older than 19. All have first aid, CPR, all that. There's we don't have a camp nurse on staff, but two things to that. The camp that hosts us, Camp Mokalea, they have a nurse for us, and also there's a hospital only a mile or two away if needed to be. We haven't needed anything like that, but we have an emergency plan in place, and everybody's trained in that. In addition, like if we go swimming in the you know, this is reminding me of something. In addition to our staff, a lot of the activities we do at camp takes more certifications and skills and training that we have, such as the ropes course or the zip line. That's provided by the Camp Mokalea staff. So even though they're camp ends, they have people on staff that live there and work year round, and they facilitate a lot of these activities. So it's kind of like a joint effort between us and the Mokalea counselors and staff. But they only come in when we're doing things on site and stuff like that. And same as the swimming pool, they provide lifeguards for us. They provide lifeguards for us when we're doing like ocean kayaking and that kind of thing. And so it's all really locked down and safe. So yeah, that's that.
All right, so this is where I and Chris take over.
Hello,
So on
hello.
the cabin front, hello. I know in the chat, Josh has kind of answered some of the questions already, but the cabins are broke apart by girls and boys, and also by age. So in the chat, he had written, we have our younger ones of like 7 to 10, a middle group of 11 to 14 years old, and the oldest being 15 to 17. It does vary on the ages that come that specific week, so it might change a little bit, but it is based on gender identity and age. There's typically 8 to 12 kids per cabin with 2 counselors. Anything else, Chris?
Oh yeah, so there's about, I believe, 8 cabins. We take one at the end as a staff, holding storage. So 7 cabins with roughly 4 rooms in each. Yeah, classic bunk style beds. So yeah, split up by age and gender identity. But yeah, just be sure to send them with sleeping bags. But it also gets very hot in Hawaii, so
yes. No air conditioning as of yet, unfortunately. But we heard there's plans in progress.
We're
for
working
air.
on it. Yeah.
Mhm. But yeah,
With the ocean breeze.
The
They've
only thing I
told
would
us
add is
Oh,
that, sorry, I said the only thing that was great. The only thing I would add is that we do have private bathrooms for each cabin. So that it's not like a huge like communal bathroom. Every cabin will have its own bathroom for each
2
cabin.
toilets, 2 showers per cabin.
when we went home after camp ended last summer, they said next time when you come back, meaning this coming summer, all the cabins they were still really nice compared to like what you would think of, and the food is great on that. But like you think of a camp cabin, these things are like already nice, other than the air conditioning, which is roasting in there. But they told us that they are remodeling all of these, and that we're hoping, that these will be ready for us this summer. Brand new ones. Yeah. Okay. Who goes next?
Okay. Camp meals and dining. So we've kind of been hinting about the meals all throughout the presentation. And we've talked a lot about the dining hall, but I do just really want to emphasize how great the food is here. I feel like camp food kind of has a bad reputation A lot of people think it's not the best, but our food really is amazing. We have a chef that cooks us three homemade meals every single day, from pasta to pizza, anything you want, anything you can name, we're gonna have it. They can accommodate any dietary restriction or food allergy. We all get to eat together. We kind of eat by cabins, so if I have 12 of my boys with me, we'll all eat lunch or dinner together, just like Morgan will eat with her cabin right behind us. And it really is just kind of a very communal environment. The campers love it. It really is a beautiful building and kind of one of my favorite parts of camp. I love hanging out with the kids. That's obviously why I do it. But having three amazing home cooked meals for me as an adult is not so bad either. It really is great. What other meals were your guys' favorite last year's? What would you say?
They had some great chili and cornbread dishes.
Yep.
Some beautiful Kahlua pork.
Mhm.
It's great stuff.
Yeah,
I
they
was
do-
I was right there with you, Chris. The pork with the cabbage and rice, burgers, fries,
Mhm.
very diverse menu.
Yeah.
they
There's
do
a
good
salad
job.
bar too. If camp they will always make, if anybody has dietary restrictions, any vegan, vegetarian, whatever you need, you'll tell us ahead of time and we'll communicate that to the cook, to the chef, and that'll be prepared the way that you expect it to be. And the desserts are good too, as you can see.
Yeah, they do make us a dessert pretty much every single night. And they do a really good job. Obviously, a lot of younger campers or any camper for that matter can be picky with their food. Eric is a very picky eater himself, and
That's not true, but
they really can't accommodate anyone. So if your camper is nervous about that, they should not be. They'll make sure that there's something for them to eat.
I just want to say something and welcome somebody. It says Jacqueline Stoller on her that thing right there. And Jacqueline has been to camp. This will be like her fourth year or something like that. And lives in Toronto. She lives in Canada, and I told her earlier in the week, please come and say hi on the open house. And she said, well, I have a test tomorrow, or I have a test Friday. And I said, then don't come. Come on, study for your test. And it's like 3 hours later there, right? Where you are?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well,
10:23.
it's nice to see you. Good luck on your test. Thanks for showing up.
Hi,
Tell everybody
Jackie.
how great.
Hi.
Tell everybody how great camp is as
I
from a
will.
camp.
Best camp ever. The people are very nice, and I love the counselors, and everyone's really nice, and you should definitely go.
What's the best activity, Jackie?
Um, I like banana boating and cliff jumping.
Nice.
Very cool.
Are the best. Okay.
Some of these sounds of these things can be intimidating when cliff jumping. It's like definitely a camper's favorite. But I'll send out a video after this so you can kind of put this. Wanted to try to attach it to this, but I couldn't figure it out. So I'll send out a video afterwards. But cliff jumping is like you go up to the top of a rock and jump into the water. It's a lifeguarded beach. When you land in the water, you're like surrounded by sea turtles and things like that. And there's definitely when you're looking down, it's windy. It looks like a big drop. It's a little, but that might be 30 feet or so. Like it's high.
The highest one. Yeah.
The highest one, but there's lower levels that so campers can jump off by 5 feet. Yeah. All right.
They also don't have to do the cliff jumping. It is totally optional. But just for those ones that want a little bit, more extreme jumps, there is a higher, close to 30-foot jump.
Never done it and never will. Sorry.
Yeah, not for Eric.
Not for me.
Okay, flight information.
Okay, so there's three different ways kids can get to and from camp. Very few kids who live in Hawaii come to this program. Out of maybe we serve probably 100 kids per in these 2 weeks, maybe give or take, and maybe 2 or 3 are from Hawaii. They, like we were saying before, they already went back to school. These kids don't go to school for the first week. Instead, they stay at camp. The few of them that join us. The rest come from all over the world. and all over the US and the world. And so there's three ways this can happen. Most of us live, well, the five of us live in Los Angeles. And so we will be on various flights, some of us together on the same flight, some of us on an hour earlier, an hour later, and we will fly from LAX to Hawaii and for the first week, and then we'll fly back, and then we'll fly back again and back again for the second week. So that because campers are coming and going, uh, except for those that stay for both weeks. So we want to make sure that what we'll do is in February, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have itinerary for those campers who want to fly with us, who are either living in LA or coming from other parts of the country or the different countries. Like Jackie, she lives in Canada, but she flies to Los Angeles, then meets us in LA, and then flies with us, the counselors, to Hawaii and then back again. So there's all kinds of different ways you can do that, and we can help you coordinate that. If that's should that be something that interests you. Other campers, they fly on their own or sometimes with their parents to Hawaii, to the Oahu airport, and we will pick them up there. And we have a camp bus, sponsored bus, shuttle, like a nice coach bus, and we have a transportation from the airport to camp, which is like 45-minute drive, something like that. So that's the other way that happens. A lot of the time, parents, they bring their kids and they might fly with their kids. Or the third way is meeting us at camp. We have a check-in table, check-in booth. You'll come meet us at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, sign your camper in. We'll help them get situated in their cabin and all that. Now, for those last two options, meeting us at camp or meeting us at the airport in Hawaii, sometimes parents will fly with their kids to Hawaii and sometimes they'll drop them off. But in both cases, a lot of the times the parents make this a vacation for themselves, and the campers are with us for a week or 2 weeks, and the parents somewhere on the island or some other island in the Hawaiian Islands, and the camper enjoys camp, and the parent is having their vacation, and then they just pick them up at the end. So those are three ways. If you decided to sign up, there's an option, a dedicated part of the registration form that you can choose how you want to arrange that. But if you have questions about that, we can be more specific. Yeah. And other thing about Jackie, she's getting her pilot's license. So one day she'll be able to fly all of us there to and from. Okay. How far have you done well on that so far? Are you moving along?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
definitely gonna be a pilot soon.
Wow.
Eric.
Oh my gosh, again. Okay, here we go. Dates and rates. Okay, so these are the sessions, and recall that I mentioned that you get something free in the middle for those kids that come. The kids that come for 2 weeks, the July 27th to August 8th one. So you're in between the first and the third, that night and the day. We have programming for the kids who stay both weeks, and that's a free night and free activities and stuff like that. We don't charge you for that. So if you're looking for free camp, there you get a day and a night for free right there. And if you only want to come 1 week, that's 5 nights and 6 days, both times. July 27th to August 1st, or August 3rd through 8th is both five nights. Seems short. It goes fast, but we pack into so much stuff into that time. There's no minute, maybe they'll every afternoon. Nobody, like Noah was saying, you don't have to do it. Maybe Josh said it, the cliff jumping. Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do. It's just kind of like the philosophy is we're going to try to encourage everybody to do it, but they don't have to do anything. Why we're saying that is it is just a loaded up week. There's going to be a little bit of downtime here and there. We have a lot, the day ends, but the nighttime is also filled with fun things to do. Scavenger hunts and cabin games, and I think we said crab catching and stargazing, and stars are indescribably beautiful in Hawaii. I think it's less than 2,400 by February 1st. And you can get a discount. Well, this is all When you sign up, you'll be able to see there's a dates and rates page. I think it's actually less than what you see here. So that's good news. So there's a Hawaii, there's a Aloha Beach Camp Hawaii.com, and you can go onto the dates and rates page, I think it's called, and you'll see the deadlines where the price increases and that kind of thing. We have I would say 100 50 per week come. About 20 to 25 of those 100 are staying for both weeks in the middle. And I would say about 50% of it is full right now. So it's not like, we're gonna sell out because we keep it intentionally small. It's not like one of these camps where you're like 500 kids a day. This is a very small program, so we can get to know each other personally, and it's like we want the kids to have these like Jackie's, we were saying, has been coming for 2 or 3 years and 4 years, whatever it is, and all the kids that she came with in the beginning, she stays friends and talks to them all year round. That's what this is about. That's why you probably couldn't do that if it was a big, huge program like that, because you wouldn't get to know anybody.
Yeah.
So, right. So, that's
Lillian twice.
say that again.
I visited one of my people in my cabin, Lillian. I visited her twice already.
Where does she really?
Yes, in Washington,
Did you
DC.
really see her there? In DC, right? That's so
I
cool.
flew to DC because now we're best friends because we're in the cabin together.
Oh, that is so
Is
cool.
she coming back this
Recommend.
summer?
Yes, she's
For 2
coming for
weeks?
2.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow. Thanks for saying that. All right. So that's pretty much it. So we're not salespeople, we're camp people. We're just saying it will sell out. Don't feel like you got to rush to sign up. But don't wait too long, because we did have a waiting list last year, and like we have this waiting list at our day camp program, and it's very likely you'll get into camp even at the day camp, because somebody will cancel or say they're sick and this person can come that day instead. But what we've learned is when people sign up for this, they're committing to a week or two of their summer, and they just don't drop out. It might happen, but the waiting list for a sleepaway camp is not a good place to be. So I think that's basically our message. I'm definitely going to send out that video afterwards. It's really cool because it has like drone footage of, this is something Chris should be helping me do, because I don't know what I'm doing, but it has like drone footage of the camp site and everything like that. So we'll send that out. Did we get to all the questions and all that? Yeah. Does anyone else have anything else we could cover? Promise we didn't pay Jacqueline. Even though she would be here. But that story about visiting Lillian is really cool. All right. Do they use their phones during camp? Yes and no. Oh. Is that you answering that question about the phones? No? Oh. On the travel days, we would like the campers to keep their phones with them so they can be in communication with you, and 100%. When they get to camp, we will hold the phones for the kids, and if it's an emergency or that kind of thing, of course they can have their phones. But we've had seasons where we have allowed them to use their phones, and there's just the phones become more important to them than what they're there to do, and we don't want that to be like that. So we have dedicated times, like once or twice a week, I think they can call home, but we really try to limit that to the extent we can. Yeah. You will have contact with us. Terry, my wife, is in our camp office, and I'll give you our cell phones too, but you can contact Terry. She will contact us immediately, and we'll get right back in touch with you if you need to be. Also, we have a Facebook page and other things that all of us during the daytime at nighttime when we're doing it, we're constantly putting pictures and videos of what's happening at camp. So you can like follow this pretty much in real time, what's happening. Just hundreds of pictures every day from all of us. And you'll be able to see what's going on. So make you feel a little more comfortable. We realize it's an incredible leap of faith to, my daughter, when she was young, went to sleepaway camp for 2 weeks. And I was like, nobody needs to go to camp for 2 weeks. Doesn't need to happen. But we did. She went to Catalina, and it's harder on the parents than it is on the kids. We are pretty well versed in homesick, handling homesickness should that come up as Morgan's job. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else? No? We only took 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes. That's great. All right.
Very good.
So how many people came? 25? Is that what it is? 24? All right. Can we say goodbye? Can somebody email us at info@alohabeachcamp.com with any questions? Or please feel free to, I should say. And or Hawaii@alohabeachcamp.com.
And we can send out the recording of this.
We'll send the recording and the video.